Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Just shy of 6:35 a.m. in Trinidad and Tobago, and this morning we are continuing the conversation with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago and of course the art exhibit series on the Now Morning Show. Joining us is Susan Correia, artist, to share a little bit more about her history and of course her incredible work that will be gracing the set all week. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We were talking a little bit briefly off air and you shared that you've been an artist for over 30 years.
Yes.
How did your journey start?
Wow, my journey, what can I say? It started with my desire to draw, which I first started to do, and after a while, one day I said, I think I can do this. I'm going to try. And just like that, I picked up a paintbrush, and the person that was with me was like, wow. And I was like, after that, I just completely, my passion just, took over, and that was it. I never stopped painting. Morning, noon, and night, all I wanted to do was paint. I still feel like that.
Well, that's absolutely beautiful. Did you receive any professional training, or did you just go into
No, I have not.
None?
None.
So how did you learn? Is it by watching others?
Well, no, actually what I did is I looked at books of artists and paintings that I saw that I liked. I said, I'm going to try and see if I can do this, and I would repeat it. And I painted a lot from books, and then I went to photography books, and so yes, a lot of my work was, and they're actually sold and all of that. So after that, I decided I'm going to take my own photographs. And as I did that, now all my work is from my own photographs.
Oh, wonderful. One can only imagine how powerful these photographs are, because what we've seen on set this morning, which we'll discuss a little bit later in our conversation, is really some vivid imagery. But one of the things that we can't help but notice is the fact that everything is Trinidad and Tobago. Is this particularly because you took photos here, or do you like to paint our Twin Island nation? Well,
when I did the books, it was from work outside of Trinidad, and someone said to me, and I noticed that as well, my sister-in-law, she was in Santorini, and she took a beautiful picture in Santorini and it was bougainvillea like what we have in Trinidad, and I was drawn to it and I painted it. And someone said, people who buy your art would be more interested in work from Trinidad and Tobago. So I noticed that the piece went, but it didn't pull as much attention as the work that I did in Trinidad. So I stopped doing that, I stopped painting from anything from abroad.
Interesting. So now you have a wonderful catalogue of work of sweet Trinidad and Tobago.
I do.
Is there any particular medium that you prefer when you're working?
Yes, I like a water-based paint on canvas.
Okay, nice. Interesting. And is this something that you developed over the years? Of course, you said, 30 plus years of experience.
I first started, and I read a book once that said that painting is about light and shadow, and so I started to observe my work a little bit and nature, and see how light, is captured, and that just drew my joy and my attention more on doing that. I wanted to really capture light. If you look at some of the work, or most of the work, you'd see that the light on it is where it's all about, Well, it makes it come alive when you put light into your work, It
definitely does. And in fact, as you mentioned that, we're going to start with the painting that is right behind me here to my left this morning. What is the name of this piece? And give us some history into it.
It's called This Old House. The streets going along parallel to the long circular mall?
Yes.
Well, not the one further down. They had two old houses there, and it captured me. And so I took the picture of that one, and I did this one, and as well as one that was the whole house. So I did two pieces of it, because something about the house was so captivating, so old, but yet had a beauty about it.
Quite well captured as well, because as you would have mentioned, that play on dark and light, and we can see, of course, as you enter the house.
Yes.
Where it's dark, but you see the light being played outside as well. So beautiful work there. And this next one that we go on to, I mean, many will say it's quintessentially Trinbagonian as well. A scene that we'll see when we're hiking through any range in Trinidad and Tobago. What is the name of this next piece?
It is Bal Bliss.
And was this from you going on a walk, or... And what inspired you to do this piece?
Well, I don't know what it's... I would just look around. I love to just look at nature and look at everything, and then something would just stand out, and I would just look at it and say, I'm going to try this. Yeah. I would take lots of photographs and look back at my work that I've taken, and I would... some would just...
Speak to you?
Yeah, some of them would just stand out, and I would say, okay, I'm going to try this, I'm going to do it, you know.
And how long would a painting like this take, particularly with the intricacies that we're seeing?
It all depends on how many sittings. If you want to see how many sittings, when I first began, it would take me a long time. As you see, the work is more detailed. Yeah. So to capture every little detail in it, sometimes I'd put it down. I would paint for like 2 hours and then put it down, you know. But maybe like about 10 days, maybe.
Okay, lovely. And what about this next one we see here? I mean, this is a fig patch.
It's called the the banana patch.
Banana patch, okay.
Yes, that was taken somewhere in Couver at a good friend's home, and of course I was walking around her place, and she had a studio. She is an artist herself. And when I looked at this a little scene, I like the depth and everything, and I just decided I'm going to shoot it. And when I looked at it, I said, yeah, I'm going to paint this. So that's how I go. I just take pictures everywhere I go, and then I go back and look at my work, and some things I'm just drawn to do it.
And what about this next one? Where was this photo taken?
That is Tobago.
This is Tobago. And what's the name of this?
It's called Golden Days. It was a dry summer, and it was about 5 in the afternoon, so the light was all very gold, you know. At that time of the afternoon, the light changes, and it has a sort of gold tone to it, and this is exactly what I captured.
And the beauty again of the entire pieces of the collection I can say that we have on set this morning is the fact that again they do depict Trinidad and Tobago, but you're also able to capture, as you would have mentioned, that light and dark so well, which clearly is close to your heart. Aside from that theme that you would have spoken of, are there other themes that you are drawn to when it comes to expressing yourself on canvas?
Yes, it is.
Yeah? Well, we definitely are enjoying these, and we are going to enjoy these on set. They are bringing some peace. Is that something that you feel when you paint? Do you feel peace or serenity?
I'm so passionate about painting that, you know, when I'm working with it, I feel as though I'm right there. That's how I feel, you know, like if I'm right in the work, and when I'm finished, they're all so personal to me. At the beginning, it was hard to actually sell them, for them to leave me, and sell sometimes some of them when they go. I always feel like
just a little piece,
like a little loss, you know, I'm leaving, a part of me is going, kind of thing.
And what would you like those who view your art, who purchase your art, what do you want them to take away from it?
From my art?
Yeah.
They always say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And what is lovely is when someone beholds a piece, whichever one it may be, that they fall in love with it and they want it. It brings such a lovely joy to my heart, because they're feeling the love that I feel for it myself. So it is such a fulfilling feeling that to watch another person love the work that I love as well, you know, because I know that there's a higher creator that has done it, because sometimes I would sit and look at the work and think, wow, I've done that. But I look at it and I'm just like, I can't believe that this has come through me. So it's always a lovely feeling of gratitude and thankfulness for the gift.
And we are definitely filled with gratitude and thankfulness for the artwork that you have graced us with and you've loaned us for the week. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate it, Susan. Susan, before we end our conversation, for those who are interested in getting in contact with you, where can we reach you for your art? For those who are interested in getting in contact with you, where can you be reached?
Well, I am on Facebook.
Okay.
I am on Instagram. So those two places, as you know, or the Art Society.
Wonderful. Well, Susan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It was
It's a pleasure to have you. Susan Correia, artist on set this week as the Now Morning Show continues their collaboration, well, our collaboration rather, with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on the Now Morning Show after this break.